Welcome back. You're watching The Money Show, and it's time to get your portfolio queries answered. I'm joined by Anil Rego, CEO, Right Horizons. Anil, good evening and welcome to the show. And we also have our viewer on the phone line with us, Mr. G.N. Raghav. Hi, good evening. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm fine.
All right. So it seems you have some investments already made. You have Bank of India Mid and Small Cap Fund,
Okay.
ICICI Pro Equity and Debt, HDFC Gold ETF, Nippon India Silver ETF. You have a lot of ETFs, it seems. I
Lump
just
sum.
wanted to know 10 years of investment and what is your financial goal, sir?
I want to invest in a horizon of 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
My financial goal is my child education.
Okay. What's the amount that you're looking at to accumulate from this portfolio?
In the portfolio around uh, one year.
1 CR. All right. Anil?
So I think it's a very different portfolio that we have from most others. Yeah, combination of mutual funds, which is a very small allocation, but there's significant allocation to gold, silver, ETFs. In fact, that's the largest of 2 lakhs and 1.5 lakhs. And then you have pharma Bs and IT Bs and you know the Nasdaq ETF from Motilal. And so we have a lot of sectoral funds. You have commodities and you have mutual funds, a combination of a mid cap and a combination of a hybrid fund. Now, my view is first of all, maybe the allocation we need to relook at. It's good to increase the component of equity. We are not a fan of looking at sectoral ETFs especially. So given a choice, I would rather, have diversified mutual funds than a sectoral fund. Now, when do you do a sectoral fund? Typically, you'll do a sectoral fund when you are able to track the sectors and you are able to time the entry and the exit. Okay, so if that is the case, then Mr. Raghav can sort of continue. But I would believe that for most people, leave it to the fund manager to then reallocate between them. So that's sort of one of my views out there. In terms of the funds, I'm not suggesting anything to do with the funds, at least the equity funds. Sectoral funds definitely it is something I would prefer, say, moving to a diversified equity, and the funds I would suggest which are complementary to the mid cap that he has is ICICI Pru Blue Chip for a large cap as well as Nippon India Multi Cap, as a multi cap fund.
All right. Is there anything else, Mr. Raghav, that you want to ask?
Which mutual funds I add, madam?
Sure.
ICICI
Anil?
Pru Blue Chip, yeah, ICICI Pru Blue Chip and Nippon India Multi Cap.
Okay.
Anything else,
Thanks.
Mr. Raghav?
That's all.
All right. Today, Anil, we just had time for one viewer query, but we will take up more questions next time when you are uh, on the show. Okay, I think we have time for one more question. I'm so sorry about that. Mr. Dilip Mane, let's take his question, Anil. And he's planning to take home loan of rupees 50 lakhs and monthly EMI he has is of almost 50,000. And how much should he invest in mutual fund to balance out interest while paying over for 20 years or more the EMI?
Yeah. So first of all, the information is very less, so it's very difficult to give, a very specific recommendation out there. And I'm also guessing what he's trying to say, right? So if he's trying to balance out with having, because he has a EMI and a loan, and and he probably has the money, but he's taking it for tax purposes, is what I'm assuming. Then, if he wants to actually balance it out, if he invests, say, something like a 32 lakhs even in a hybrid fund for 5 years, that's something that can also, through systematic withdrawals, help him sustain, the EMI for the rest of the period. Okay, so that's what I would guess you're looking for, and that may be a way to look at it. We've assumed a 10% type of return for a hybrid, so that is a bit of a conservative assumption. But that is maybe the best he could do to set off and compensate for the interest by his investments.
All right. And now finally it's time up. Anil, thank you so much for being on the show and taking up our viewer queries live with us today. Thank you. On that note, I'm going to leave our viewers with our WhatsApp number and email ID so that you can send across your questions. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.